Good morning, everyone. This is another episode of the Dead Show podcast where I talk music, I talk pop culture, I talk whatever I want to talk about in the week. Okay? So let's get it started. And here, Carrie Underwood. Carrie freaking Underwood. Let's start with the ghost story video real quick. The ghost story video was cute. It looked like it was very budgeted, very nicely. The fashion was not even the fashion, just like everything. The fashion, the sets. I kind of didn't get the video. It was kind of confusing. But, her little, couture costume and extreme makeup and, she looked absolutely beautiful in the video. Costume-wise and look-wise, I think that's probably, the best video I've ever seen her look that delicious in. She looked delicious. Even though, Good Girl had, a bunch of outfit changes in the video. Yeah, nothing's topping Ghost Story right now. Even though, I think it was, 18 on the charts. I was looking at her chart, Let's transition into Stagecoach, because I was looking Stagecoach, which I thought I missed, but thank God, I work weird late hours, and I was up, just popping, locking, dropping it in my house, watching her performance, her amazing Stagecoach performance. I'll get back to the charts in a second, because I can't believe Ghost Story is very low. I don't know if it's going to reach, I don't know if it's going to get topped. But anyways, her Stagecoach performance. First of all, there was the craziest mic issues ever. Now, in my opinion, the first mic that she had it was good, but it was not clear. It sounded like, it just wasn't clear. I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't clear. And then she goes and does her first outfit change. Now, this lady, I have never seen a complete full outfit change in about a minute, maybe 30 seconds. Because literally she was off stage, on stage. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, she got another outfit. Shoes changed. The bottom changed. The top changed. I don't know how she did that. And I was not expecting that. I was expecting her to sing in one costume until the entire time. But I guess, once you go to Vegas, baby, it's time to step it up. Somebody wrote, she brought, this Vegas flair and this Vegas... I don't know if I saved it. They were she brought this Vegas flair and Vegas showmanship to Stagecoach when all the other country singers were just sitting there strumming their guitar. I was done. I was like, oh my goodness. I think I saved it. I'll read it later. Okay, so the mic issue. So she goes and change. She has this mic issue, and then the mic is not working. The second outfit change, the mic is not working. So I think they give her the silver, or I think it was a black mic. No, I think it was the silver mic. And she's singing Church Bells. And I'm like, why is she singing Church Bells? Well, Church Bells was number 2 on the chart. So that's probably why. Probably one of her most successful songs from Storyteller, which I was very surprised. And yeah, I was just surprised because, in my opinion, okay, Church Bells and Choctaw County Affair, they both, this is for the Carrie Underwood fans, they both sound alike to me. But especially Choctaw County Affair, or maybe no. The messaging sounds alike to me. But Choctaw County Affair is my favorite off of that album. It is the gospel, the choir. Also, she had a choir with her singing. I think this is mostly, at a certain point, you transition stuff and you don't really, that's what Beyonce kind of did, or she kind of does. She's been doing since 2015. She'll do these festivals and then she'll integrate them into the tour. She did Coachella. And then on the Run tour too was integrated. Just a waste of your money. I am a pretty girl. So I think most of the her stagecoach performance, which I think she's done with Vegas. I think most of her stagecoach performance was like integrated stuff from Vegas, which is okay, cool. But the choir, but like that choir, and it's like, but church bells is a little bit more of a sadder song. Choctaw is a little bit fun, sad song. But I was like, I want to hear her. Like, I love that. I love her vocals. I love the church, the choir, Choctaw. But anyways, so she, like I said, she did three. I think it was three or four. Surprisingly, outfit changes. The weird thing was she was singing all her bops in the beginning. She was singing Good Girl, Undo It, like these, you know, her wait, let me turn this off. Her bops in the beginning, and then she went to like this sad moment where it was like church bells blown away to like Cadillac. Just like, okay, girl, we get a little sad, a little depressing. Can we speed it up? It was, and then after that, it was kind of like free for all. But it was still so good. Oh my gosh, the debut singles. Oh my goodness, Crazy Angels. So she's, you know, switching in and out with the mic issues. At the end of Church Bells, the mic goes out. We're not hearing like these, you know, riffs and runs that, you know, she does at the end. And somebody like said that. They were like, how dare you have these mic issues? Like, I was really mad because I was probably madder than her. Because like, this lady is singing her heart out. She's singing her vocals out. You could tell she's like, she's just giving it all, and the mic's not working. Like, Stagecoach, y'all gonna have to stop setting these beautiful, talented women up, because this is not fair. It wasn't fair. It just wasn't. And, like, the mic was going in and out. Then I think she went and got like the background singer's mic. And then all of a sudden, to me, it sounded like at a certain point, the backgrounds were louder than her lead vocals. I was just like, oh my God. But Carrie kept it cool. She was like, I hope you guys can hear me. And I'm like, we can't. One side note, the thing about how it was shot, it seemed like it was very like cinematic. Like, it didn't seem like it was like a regular concert. It looked very cinematic. I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, so then like the backgrounds were louder than her at some point. Then it kind of like leveled off. I think they gave her like this silver mic that worked or something. They were like interchangeable. It was crazy. It was crazy. That's the ultimate feeling how I felt about that. She's singing her heart out, and we're not able to hear her because your mics are fucked up. See You Again. Great set list. Like I said, it was like kind of themed to me in the beginning, but then great set list. Like the free for all, it was like Something in the Water, and then If I Didn't Love You. I love that she did that. And she paid Jason Aldean back, playing his part on the screen like he did her in the beginning. Because there's a video and it said like Carrie Underwood and Jason singing like in the beginning when the song first came out. And I thought she was singing with him, but it was just a screen performance. But I really liked that moment. Cry Pretty. Oh my gosh. I wish there was like these performances were still online. Somebody did not screen record the performances, and I'm mad. Stagecoach has not released like a single video from this. But I see like tons of other videos. Maybe I have to do a little bit more searching. Cry Pretty, those notes at the end, incredible. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. I don't know how she, like, that, it was like 2 hours of incredible singing. That ending, Jesus. See You Again. I had a revelation when she sang See You Again. I thought she was singing about a man. When she performs When I See You Again. Whoa. But she's talking about, people who are no longer with us. I was like, oh, okay. I love that song. It's such like, I guess it's very poppy. I love that song. Okay, Crazy Angels. I skipped over it. Let's get back to Crazy Angels. It had its debut, a bunch of songs debuted. Denim and the Rhinestones. I feel like Denim and Rhinestones, she could have like started the show off with. Oh my God, the literal denim and rhinestones in that first costume. It was just like very very camp. Like her makeup was done. Her shoes were rhinestoned out. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. Crazy Angels. Let's get back. Okay, so Crazy Angels debut, I was so pissed because some man was like talking in the beginning of it. And I'm like, this is the worst debut ever. But it sounded really good. On Denim, okay, I really love Crazy Angels. I was rocking the fuck out. I lost my mind. I was just like in here, just popping, locking, and dropping it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this song. Denim and Rhinestones was sometimes music and like Love on Top. I could talk about like Love on Top. What other songs? Sometimes the music to me doesn't translate correctly live. Just the music part, not like the vocals or anything. Just the music. And to me, Denim and Rhinestones was like, it has like a specific sound, and I feel like it's like the off-brand, right? That's how I feel like. I feel like, sometimes when the instruments play it live, it kind of sounds off-brandish, and it's not my favorite, but it was still good. Like, Denim and Rhinestones. Okay, and then at the end, Axl Rose, I believe his name is, they came out and did a couple of songs. That lady lost her mind. Carrie Underwood lost her. Like how I lost my mind during Crazy Angels. Carrie lost her mind during this Axl Rose part. And I did not know she was such a rock fan. I was reading the comments, and everybody was like, she's a huge rock fan, and Axl Rose is like one of her dreams. It was one of her dreams to like perform with him. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. Because she was bopping, popping. I mean, I was like, she's gonna get whiplash. Homegirl was getting it when Axl Rose came out. They sang Paradise City and some other song. I believe she sang Paradise City like maybe 10 years ago at one of these festivals she does, like that airs on ABC, the country festivals. So it was cool to see that. I think that's all I have to say. It was great. I want to see it again. Flat on the Floor. I'll talk about Flat on the Floor. That was another highlight for me too. Flat on the Floor, Cry Pretty, Denim and the new songs. Let's just say the new songs. I don't think she could hear herself because she was still having mic issues during Ghost Story. So it was a little awkward. It was a little weird. But I was just excited to be there. The intros to the songs were very confusing because I'm like, I don't know this song, but like I've literally only been listening to the Cry Pretty album and then these new songs for like 2 weeks now. So I'm kind of like, once the song starts playing, I know the words, but I'm like, these musical intros, I don't have no idea what the song is. It was so crazy. But the backdrops are really great. The one for Jesus Take the Wheel with like the trees, and that was so beautiful. All right, so I'm done with Carrie. Great show, Carrie. I can't wait to see you live because I know I got to go see this tour live off of this album. Patti LaBelle, you guys, she's performing at Essence Fest. She just announced, like, Essence Fest is in July, baby. We got like 2 months. I think today's the 4th, right? Yeah, the 5th. Okay, maybe it's going fast. Patti is going to perform she's headlining. I don't know which date, but they just say, she's like, get your tickets, baby. And I'm like, why are you just not telling us this? There's probably no tickets. Because Essence Fest goes quick. I'm so mad at her. I'm so mad. Oh my gosh. So anyway, she's performing at Essence Fest. I think they're getting back everybody that was supposed to perform in 2020. I know Janet's performing. I think Bruno might be performing. But I know it was Janet, Patty, Bruno on that list. So that's exciting. Also, Patty's going to be doing, some more acting. I see, she's been busy. I'm going to stop harboring on her. Like, girl, why don't you have any tour dates? She's like 2 tour dates a month, which I'm like, no, 4 for the past month it's been. She's going to be on The Neighborhood. Now, she's going to be Cedric's mother. And this airs on May 9th, which is coming up. Marilyn is her name. I saw the clip. It was very funny. I've watched The Neighborhood many times. I did not know it was on like 4th season, but I started watching it based off, on the back of the funny, I'm missing her name, from Everybody Hates Chris, the mother. I'm blanking on her name. But it's a great, funny show. The girl from Cedric's funny in it. The 2 sons, and then the girl from the B from across the street, or B from Apartment 9, something like that. She's on it, so it's like, okay, that's cute. She's getting more work. But yeah, so I'll watch that, and I have to go watch it and see what it's all about. I'm not such a sitcom person these days, but anyways. So, Saucy Santana, Material Girls, signed with RCA. I'm not a huge, rap fan, so I barely know his music, but I do know Material Girls. I think, everybody knows that song. That's his one-hit wonder. And his story is very interesting. He's like, I didn't want to become a rapper. I didn't think you could become, a rapper. He's not from the South. He's from Connecticut. fucking Connecticut. And I've watched a plethora of his interviews. He announced on the Breakfast Club, which they didn't seem very hype about it. Maybe they didn't it didn't register fast enough. But I feel like they should have been a little bit more hype. That he signed. Sometimes I'm going to talk about this later. Another episode about record labels and all the. Oh, we're in the ghetto. I'm sorry for that. All right. Sometimes record labels aren't the way to go, Sway. And so I'll talk about that in a minute, but in another podcast. But his reasoning was, I'm already established. I don't want you trying to come and fuck this up. I just need the money. Basically, I need the money. I need the backing. I need the support to elevate my career. And he signed with RCA. The people are not happy. Let's read some comments. Someone said, the same label as Normani. We're never hearing from this man again. Yeah. Are they going to bring it up? Or do I have to bring it up? So this means no promotion. Another person says for his music. Isn't Doja with RCA though? Someone else says. And they say she's the only artist they promote. Only artist who sells. Oh, only artists who sell. 100K in the first week isn't selling. Well, it kind of is these days. RCA Records treat their talent like shit, but good luck. Oh gosh. I didn't know Doja was signed. I didn't know Normani was signed. I thought Normani was signed to somewhere else. But it explains why. Another thing why people are bringing up Normani, another singer, Tinashe. It seems like they shelve their artists, or they don't put much into it. Normani has put out these singles with no album, and she keeps saying the album is coming. I think it's been literally 4 years now, 3 years since she's broken away, and so she signed with somebody, which is cool. Also, who else? Tinashe. Tinashe is probably the most recent example of RCA fucking up. She signed with them. I don't think it was a good relationship, or they didn't do much. I think they produced her first album. I wanna get to whatever that's not. However it goes. That was a bop. Okay. I didn't realize how long ago that was. That was a long time ago. It did not seem like that long ago. But she is gone. I was reading stuff, and the her manager was like, she's separating from RCA, and RCA is a commutative split, a positive split, and she's gotten her creative control back or something like that. So that was interesting. But then also at the end, they were like, and we have like these bidding wars for a record label. So we'll see where she goes. Tinashe ended up going independent. So I'm like, what do you mean? These bidding wars? What happened? But anyways, yeah, so the fans are concerned, but shout out to Saucy Santana. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I don't know what to say. But hopefully that does well. SWV. So SWV. They're coming out with the biopic. Now, I think they've been talking about this for like a couple of years now. I guess getting it inked first. But now they're writing the script, which is so cool. But the weird thing is, not one member of SWV has confirmed this news. It's all been like confirmed rumors, or a person behind the scenes. But it's like multiple articles, and they're all kind of different. But Lily, Taj, Coco, the SWV account, they have not said... They have not officially said anything. I think except for Taj. Taj has been doing interviews and she's been talking. My thing about the SW... Okay, let's get it right. Lifetime, they've gotten a couple biopics right? The Clark sisters. Wendy's was pretty good. Tony's was trash. Aaliyah's was trash. No, people didn't like Aaliyah's. Who else? I don't know. Maybe they should have went with BET, because that Bobby Brown and New Edition shit, that was fire. That was amazing. The Salt and Pepper one was trash on Lifetime. So we're either going to get a trash one, or we're going to get a really good one at this point. I don't know the production company. But the thing, okay, here we go. I have some tips for you guys. Lifetime. Oh, not Dr. Luke's label. Oh, Lord. RCA is Dr. Luke's label. Oh, sorry, let me get off of this. So, Lifetime, SWV. I don't care if they look alike. I know there's, like, the past year or so, I've been seeing, like, little Instagram posts that pop up, like, oh, if an SWV biopic comes out, she needs to play her, she needs to play her, she needs to play her. I don't care if they look alike. Although I think Taj needs to get the look-alike-ish, or be a very beautiful person, because Taj is a very beautiful woman. Taj in the 90s was like the face. She was really the face. I think she even got like a modeling contract. This Taj, Lily, and Coco, if you didn't know. This is going to be a quick story. They meet. They form this group. Let's, right off the bat, talk about the tension between Taj and Coco. Let's have that move over into their big success with Week, and how it kind of low-key or high-key changed the game in pop culture. In pop music. Let's talk about how, the second album didn't do that well, but the third album had bangers, but it also didn't do that well. Let's talk about the disruption in the group, them going their separate ways, and then getting back together. Quick story, that's all we need. Okay? No, disbanding in the group. them going their separate ways. You know, Lily was about to commit suicide. Taj went to real estate. Coco did her gospel albums that the gospel people didn't want. They don't have to sing. Lip singing is not necessary. Lip singing is necessary. We don't need the re-recordings or any of that shit. They all don't need to look alike. Give us some unknown people. Let them be producers and produce on set. Give us good, real, because I think the stories are real enough to not have to fake shit. The drama, the tension between each other, you know, the suicide, all that other stuff. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I love SWV. Use Your Heart and Not Your Mind. That third album was fire. Not Weak. Can We? Ooh, that's the jam of all jams. That's such a great R&B album. Great R&B song, in my opinion. That's like up there with like Say My Name and Tevin Campbell stuff, Toni Braxton stuff, like solid R&B shit. All right, let's move along. Welcome back to the Dare Show podcast. So let's wrap it up. I just want to say the song of the week is Flat on the Floor by Carrie Underwood. I'm not sure how well it did on the charts, but it's such a fun, crazy song. You know, Carrie Underwood, I think I said this last week, she's very, like, she kind of, like, raps. And Carrie Underwood is very parallel to me in the Beyonce thing. Like, Beyonce and Carrie, they're kind of similar, but just, like, singing different music. The lack of awards, the lack of recognition sometimes, the talent, the vocals, like the stage presence, the consistency sometimes, very amazing. But Flat on the Floor, I'm flat on the floor, and my head hello, and I'm not, like, she's basically rapping in that song, and I'm like, this is like her ape shit. It reminded me of like ape shit. Also, like I said, this was like one of my highlights from her stagecoach performance, because that girl, she just like be spitting out these lyrics, giving you breath control, giving you these long notes, and then the song ends. 20 seconds later, another song begins, and she's still on top. It's so incredible. She's such a great, talented vocalist. So like, go listen to Flat on the Floor. I think it's from her like second album or first album. It's a fun, great song. Go listen to it live. I think live is a little bit more exciting than the studio version. So let's get into a little sad news. Andre Leon Talley. Oh man, his memorial. They called it a funeral, but the funeral was when the body's there, and I'm like, I know. Andre died in January. It's May. And we have like literally heard nothing from the estate or whatever about any kind of service. And so it was very confusing for a moment, and then it just like disappeared. But his memorial was this past week. Naomi was the highlight. She wore a Schiaparelli. I feel like Schiaparelli is like, I'm loving this like Schiaparelli moment. Ever since Beyonce wore it, I think last year at the Grammys. I'm like, ooh, that's such a that was like her top Grammy costume ever, performance, whatever you want to call it, ever. But Naomi was there, Miss, Wintour was there, a bunch of fashion people. It was like bunches of flowers. It's just like kind of sad, Andre is not here anymore. It's so weird. But his memorial was this past week, and it was, it's kind of been broadcasted, but it was invitation only, which is kind of funny. So also, I'm not a huge Judd fan. I'm not even a Judd fan. I just know Wyona from Patty's gospel album, Some Call You Jesus. I forgot the other words, but that song, Your Everything, or My Everything. Oh, that song is sick. Anyways, Wyona's mother, I guess she committed suicide at 76. I do remember the Judds on OWN, they like 10 years ago, or when OWN first began, they did a docu-series or a show. I do remember that, but I didn't remember like any specifics. So what I did, it popped up. It popped up on my YouTube, and I've been watching all episodes. The Judds are a lot. I think I'm gonna do a review, but the Judds are a lot. Very entertaining, very tumultuous, funny, beautiful. Winona is gorgeous. Her red hair is sick. It's sickening. Naomi's hair was sickening, but this lady. I was interested in their CMT music performance, which just happened like 2 weeks ago. So it's very shocking to hear this news. I was very like, what's going on here? She committed suicide, which they said mental illness. So that, like, that's the only correlation. I don't think there's any like cancer situation. Yeah, because they had this tour planned. They had this tour planned in like September to like November later this year. They just performed and announced that tour. They were supposed to be, or they were in, what do you call it? Inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame with Ray Charles and another band. The Judds. Now, what I take it from the Judds was Winona was the vocals, and then Naomi was like the let's flare around on stage and give a little harmony. It was interesting. It's interesting. That's all I'm going to say about it. Even on the show, right? On the show, they didn't even give much. Like, all the singing parts was like Winona singing and then Naomi looking at her. Like, they didn't show Naomi singing. I don't think she was like a second lead or anything. She was just there to give harmonies. Let me know if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not, keen on their music like that. Except for love can build or heal a bridge. Whatever. Yeah, just yikes. She talked about, her mental illness and her depression years before. So we're climbing up to that. It's just crazy to be like 76 and taking your life. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I'm not there. I'm not like suicidal or want to commit suicide because I'm not trying to go over there right now, at least. But I do understand. Just put me out of my miseries. Like, some days, things just happen. You're just like, oh my gosh, put me out of my misery. Who was that? I think it was Winona that was like, I used to wake up thinking, oh God, another day. But now am I about to cry? But now, I wake up. I used to wake up thinking, thank God, oh God, another day. Now I wake up thinking, thank God, another day. Or another morning, or something like that. I think Winona said that. Because I've been watching a lot of, interviews and all this other stuff. But, homegirl the whole family dealt with depression. Winona was a singer, Naomi the singer. And a fascinating story at that, too. And then Ashley Judd, she's an actress of, the Judd family. I knew they were like a family of, this entertainment. I was just like, what happened? And she's married. Naomi is still married. So I was like, how did she commit suicide? They went over and saw her body, and Winona's like, she kissed her forehead, and then they said one of the Psalms. It was like, what? I think 72. It's mind-boggling, to say the least. I am shocked. I think everybody is very shocked. I don't know what to say. But yeah, a very fascinating story. I'll quickly say it, a very fascinating story. I'm not gonna go into it. But crazy, you know, her brother had like cancer as a kid. Then she ends up pregnant with Winona, and then she has Ashley a couple of years later. They're living in LA. She didn't like LA, so she got a divorce. Winona didn't know who her dad was. They moved back to Kentucky. No electricity, no phone. They lived off of like welfare, lots of like pinto beans and cornbread, which sounded so good. I'm so hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna cook. Pinto beans and cornbread. And then they were like shopping around Winona and her's demo. Finally, they got a chance, and then they hit it big. She gets like hepatitis C in 91 or 90. She leaves. It was just like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But shout out to the Judds. That last performance, somebody did say she did not look like she was ready to perform. But that's the part. That's the question. Why not just like back out? Why not? But she loved the stage so much. She loved the people so much. She loved the music so much. I don't know. It's very confusing and very fascinating. And sad that this has to be a part of their story because the Judge story is so tumultuous. I keep saying that wrong, the word wrong. But so negative and so negative, but yet so positive in a way. But still, this feeds into like the negative. Oh my God, Winona's daughter was selling meth and creating meth, and now she's in jail from the meth. It's just like, oh my God. Winona's husband got like his foot cut off from a motorcycle accident. It's just, the Judds are a lot. Okay. I'm gonna go. This is the Dare Show podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for the like subscription thing on YouTube. I'm the Dare Show on YouTube. I'm on Spotify podcast, Apple Podcast. Oh, I said it first. I said it right the first time. Spotify podcast, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. I think like Stitcher or something. I record on Anchor. I'm also on Anchor. You can listen directly from Anchor if you have Anchor. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back next week. Holla.
And I have this fierce single that Sammy McKinney and these little guys put together, baby. I got a single that'll make you jump up and dance. And if you can't dance to that, you got a hole in your soul, okay?